Most men believe money is earned with effort. They believe if they just grind harder, sweat more, and suffer longer, wealth will eventually show up at their door. That is the biggest lie you've ever been sold. Psychology proves that your bank account is not a reflection of your physical labor. It is a direct, brutal reflection of your internal identity. If you view money as something scarce, something you have to desperately chase, fight for, and beg the world to give you, you are actively training your brain to stay broke. You are projecting the energy of a beggar, not a builder. And here's what nobody tells men because it's uncomfortable. The world does not pay you for your sweat. It pays you for your perception of your own worth. If you're sitting there wondering why you work twice as hard as other men yet remain trapped in the exact same financial tier, it's not because the system is rigged against you. It's because your subconscious mind is wired for poverty. By the end of this video, you won't just understand the hidden psychological code that separates elite high earners from the struggling majority. You'll possess the exact mental script to rewrite your identity, command unshakable abundance, and systematically force reality to match your ambition. Let's be honest for a second. There is nothing noble about struggling to pay your bills. There is no honor in living month to month, constantly stressed, watching other men build empires while you settle for crumbs. When a man lacks financial strength, it bleeds into everything else. It attacks your confidence. It weakens your frame in relationships. It limits your ability to protect and provide for the people who rely on you. You feel invisible. You feel like a side character in your own life. Most men try to fix this from the outside in. They look for tactical shortcuts, quick schemes, or hyper-specific side hustles. But trying to get rich with a poor man's subconscious identity is like trying to build a skyscraper on wet sand. It collapses every single time. This video isn't about passive wishful thinking. It's not about sitting on a couch, chanting buzzwords, and waiting for a briefcase of cash to fall from the sky. True abundance affirmations are psychological rewiring tools. They are deliberate commanding directives issued directly to your subconscious mind to strip away years of weak programming and replace it with a cold, immovable posture of a high-value man. If you are ready to stop chasing and start attracting, lock in right now. Your brain operates on a mechanism called the reticular activating system. It acts as a filter, sorting through billions of bits of information every single second and showing you only what aligns with your deeply held beliefs. If your core belief is, money is hard to get, your brain will literally blind you to high-ticket opportunities right in front of your face. It will seek out proof that you are destined to remain broke. Think about two men starting a business. The first man believes wealth is extremely rare and reserved only for the lucky few. When he faces his first major roadblock, his brain screams, *C. I told you it was impossible. He quits. The second man operates on absolute internal abundance. He views wealth as an inevitable result of his competence. When he hits a wall, his brain doesn't panic. It searches for the solution because failure isn't part of his self-concept. To change your financial reality, you must execute an immediate kill switch on scarcity thinking. Repeat this mentally or out loud, with absolute conviction. I refuse to operate in scarcity. Wealth is not a limited resource I must fight for. It is an infinite value I am built to create. I filter every obstacle through the lens of opportunity. Stay focused, because this next section reveals why most men accidentally repel the very success they pray for. In the ancient Roman military, status was not handed out based on feelings. It was commanded through demonstrated competence, battlefield composure, and undeniable value. Modern society works the exact same way. Men who struggle financially often harbor a hidden, toxic belief. They feel they deserve success simply because they want it. But the market is completely indifferent to your desires. It only recognizes leverage, value, and emotional control. When you reframe your mind to focus entirely on becoming exceptionally capable, your energy shifts. You stop begging for rewards and start building assets. You stop looking for handouts and start commanding compensation. Internalize this truth. My income is a direct outcome of my competence and mental clarity. I do not ask for wealth. I build the strength, skill, and discipline that make wealth inevitable. Take a look at how average men talk about money. They use phrases like money is the root of all evil, rich people are greedy, or I just want enough to get by. If you subconsciously believe that money makes you a bad person, your mind will actively protect you from getting rich. You will sabotage your own investments, procrastinate on major projects, and blow through capital the second it hits your hands. Money is not moral or immoral. Money is an amplifier. In the hands of a weak, undisciplined man, it amplifies his vices. In the hands of a strong, disciplined, high-value man, it amplifies his freedom, his reach, and his legacy. You must reframe money as an instrument of force and autonomy. Say this with calm authority. Money is a neutral tool of freedom and power. In my hands, wealth multiplies capability, protects my family, and extends my reach. I am a fit custodian for great wealth. Don't skip this next point, because understanding this dynamic separates men who build generational wealth from men who stay on a hamster wheel forever. High-level executives, top athletes, and elite entrepreneurs all face moments of deep uncertainty. The difference between those who reach the top and those who fade into obscurity is how they handle the internal voice of doubt. When an average man gets an opportunity to step into a higher room, a deal with high stakes, an elite social circle, a massive financial risk, his immediate reaction is, asterisk, who am I to be here? Asterisk, that single thought leaks through his body language, his vocal tone, and his decision-making. High-status individuals pick up on it instantly, and the opportunity vanishes. Elite men don't lack doubt, they just refuse to take orders from it. They understand that high-value spaces aren't reserved for superior humans, they are claimed by those who hold their frame under pressure. Anchor this into your nervous system. I belong in every room I walk into. I do not shrink in the presence of elite men or massive opportunities. My presence is grounded, my frame is secure, and my potential is unmatched. In economics, there is a fundamental rule. Price is determined by scarcity and leverage. If what you offer can be easily replaced by 10 other guys on your street, your market value is low. If you panic under pressure, complain, and demand constant guidance, your status is low. To build relentless abundance, you must rewire your self-image to view yourself as a high-leverage asset. A high-value man brings order to chaos. He solves complex problems without crying about the stress. He speaks with clarity, acts with speed, and commands respect, because his word is ironclad. When you view yourself as an irreplaceable asset, you stop taking low-ticket deals, bad partnerships, and disrespect from employers or clients. Proclaim this firmly. I am a high-value asset in every market I enter. My time is precious, my skills are sharp, and my capacity to handle pressure sets me apart from the crowd. Stay with me, because this next trap is the exact reason why 90% of men who start making real money end up losing it all. Every man has an internal financial thermostat. If a man whose thermostat is set to $50,000 a year suddenly wins $1 million in the lottery, what happens? Within 2 to 3 years, he loses almost all of it. Why? Because his subconscious identity cannot tolerate the discomfort of having more money than his self-image says he deserves. He will literally self-sabotage to return to his baseline. Conversely, look at self-made billionaires who lose everything in a bad deal. Within a few short years, they are back at the top. Their thermostat is set to high-level mastery. They cannot stay broke because their identity rejects poverty. You must raise your thermostat before the wealth arrives, not after. Direct this to your subconscious. My capacity to generate, hold, and multiply wealth expands every single day. Large sums of money are natural in my life. Prosperity is my default baseline. Most men operate on emotional spending. They make money feel a temporary high and immediately spend it on status symbols, expensive cars, designer clothes, flexing for people they don't even like. This is slave mind behavior. It is the signature mark of a man who is terrified that his money won't last, so he burns it for quick validation. Elite men treat capital like a private army. Every dollar is a soldier dispatched to capture more ground, bring back prisoners, and fortify the kingdom. When you master your emotions around money, capital stops fleeing from you and begins seeking you out. Lock this logic in place. I rule over my impulses with absolute discipline. I do not waste capital on fake status. My money works for me, continuously building long-term leverage and absolute freedom. Here is a paradoxical law of human behavior. The more desperate you are for an outcome, the faster it runs away from you. When a man is desperate for a deal, the client senses the weakness and demands a lower price. When a man is desperate for validation, people naturally pull back. When a man is desperate for money, he takes foolish, high-risk gambles that strip him of everything he has. True power lies in detached execution. You work with brutal intensity, but you hold zero emotional need for any single outcome. You don't beg the market, the universe, or any man for a result. You simply execute your plan, adjust your strategy, and keep moving forward like an unstoppable machine. Declare this with quiet intensity. I execute with relentless focus, but I am emotionally detached from short-term noise. I do not panic, I do not rush, and I do not beg. My success is an inevitable outcome of my continuous drive. Let's bring this full circle. You cannot fix an external problem with an uncalibrated internal identity. You cannot build a life of freedom, status, and generational prosperity while holding on to weak, scarcity-driven beliefs about money and your own worth. Affirmations are not magic spells. They are daily commands. They are directives you use to overwrite the weak, cautious, middle-of-the-road programming that society has pounded into your brain since childhood. Here is my challenge to you today. Starting right now, for the next 30 days, re-watch this video every single morning before you touch your phone, before you scroll social media, and before you let the noise of the world corrupt your mind. Speak these commands into existence. Align your actions with your words. Stop waiting for permission to be successful. Step into the arena, claim your value, and build the life you were meant to live. If you are done living like a spectator and ready to master the psychology of confidence, discipline, status, and true financial power, hit the subscribe button right now. Join our community of driven men who refuse to settle for average. Every week, we drop high-level breakdowns designed to give you an undeniable edge in life, wealth, and mind. Comment below with the single affirmation that hit you hardest today. Speak it into the world, lock it into your mind, and let's get to work.